There are seasons in life when everything grows still, when the wind of progress seems to pause, when your prayers echo into silence and you begin to wonder if God has forgotten your name. But hear me today, stand your ground and lift your eyes, because the favor of God is gaining momentum in the unseen realm. It's rising like a powerful surge beneath the surface, and when it arrives, it won't come as a drizzle or a whisper. It will rush in like a tidal wave that overturns every obstacle, sweeps away every delay, and floods your life with divine breakthrough. God's favor is about to collide with your reality, and nothing on this earth can stop what He is preparing to release. People often think favor is soft, something that gently knocks at your door, but divine favor doesn't knock, it breaks through. It overtakes, it arrives suddenly, it shows up when others have written you off, and it lifts you when life tries to bury you. It changes the entire atmosphere of your existence until those who once pitied you must witness your rising. When God's favor hits, it's not quiet, it's commanding. It speaks the language of miracles. It declares, "This one belongs to me." Some of you have endured barren years, silent seasons where nothing seemed to grow, where effort felt wasted, and every door stayed shut. But those seasons were not punishment, they were preparation. God was laying the groundwork for something that would not only bless you, but redefine you. Every rejection, every delay, every lonely night was heaven clearing the path so His wave of favor could move without resistance. You weren't being denied, you were being positioned. When a tsunami forms, it begins far out in the deep. You can't see it from the shore. The waters look calm, even lifeless, but beneath, the ocean floor is shifting and strength is building. That's exactly what God is doing in your life right now. Behind the curtain, He's aligning people, moving resources, and arranging divine connections. You may not see it yet, but power is gathering. The silence isn't absence, it's construction. God is creating something vast and unstoppable, and when it reaches you, it will wash away every trace of struggle and establish you in victory. The truth is, favor doesn't visit the comfortable, it visits the faithful. It doesn't come to those chasing attention, but to those who trust God in the quiet. You've kept going when others quit. You've prayed without applause. You've planted seeds in barren soil, and God saw every act of faith, every tear, every moment you stood when you wanted to fall. Now He says, "Enough waiting, my favor is moving. Acceleration has begun. What took others years will take you months. What was shut will open suddenly." The favor of God doesn't just bless, it multiplies. It doesn't just restore, it overflows. It's not bound by human systems. It operates by divine order. And when it moves, it rewrites your story in a single sweep. Many of you have been asking, when will it happen? When will things finally turn around? But I tell you now, the turning has already begun. The tide beneath your feet has shifted, and even if you can't yet feel the full force, heaven's current has already changed direction. God has spoken the word, and His favor is on its way to find you. But here's the reality. When a tsunami arrives, it doesn't just bless, it purifies. It clears out what can no longer remain. Certain people will drift out of your life not because God is harsh, but because they can't follow you into your next chapter. When His favor comes, it separates. It draws a divine boundary between what once was and what's about to be. So don't grieve what exists, thank God, for what endures, because what remains after the wave is exactly what He will use to build your new beginning. Understand this. God's favor doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't need the approval of your critics, nor does it check your qualifications or resources. When heaven decides to favor you, no authority, no person, no force can stand in the way. His favor will lift you from hidden places into divine opportunities. It will take you from overlooked to appointed, from exhausted to unstoppable. You may not hold the credentials, but you carry the covering, and the covering is enough. There's a reason Scripture likens God's favor to a flood, because a flood doesn't ask, it invades. It consumes everything in its path, and that's exactly what's coming to your life. Every area that is felt dry, your finances, your health, your relationships, your dreams, is about to overflow. God's favor will saturate every corner of your being until you no longer recognize the person who once struggled just to endure. You will walk in peace that confounds the anxious, abundance that silences the doubters, and strength that even surprises you. And remember this, the size of your battle is proof of the size of your coming favor. The deeper the valley, the greater the mountain of blessing ahead. Some of you have endured storms that should have broken you, but they didn't. You faced disappointments that would have crushed others, but you're still standing. Why? Because God's hand has been anchoring you, preparing you to withstand the wave when it arrives. He doesn't send favor to the fragile. He sends it to the faithful, those who have been refined by fire. There's a sound rising in the spirit now, the echo of chains snapping, of locked doors swinging open, of destiny calling your name. God is declaring, it's time. You've cried long enough. You've worried too much. You've carried burdens that were never meant for you. Now release them. The moment you let go of fear, you make space for favor. God cannot fill a heart still clinging to anxiety. Empty yourself of doubt and watch how swiftly He floods you with blessing. When you reflect on your journey, you'll realize His favor has been pursuing you all along. Even in failure, there was mercy. Even in loss, there was protection. God never let you fall too far because His plans were too vast to leave you down. The enemy thought he buried you, but God was planting you. The seed never resists the soil. It stays hidden until the appointed moment. And that moment has come. You are about to rise through the surface. What God is preparing will not be minor or ordinary. It will be seen, undeniable, and unstoppable. When His favor strikes, every rule changes. The same door that stayed shut for years will suddenly fly open. The same people who once overlooked you will begin to remember your name, and the very situation that once drained your strength will turn around to bless you. Because favor defies logic, it isn't natural, it's divine. It's God declaring, this is the moment I fulfill my promise. Understand this clearly. Favor isn't a trophy, it's a mission. God doesn't bless you merely for your comfort. He blesses you so you can carry His light. When His favor floods your life, it's not for you to rest in ease, but to rise in influence. You're not elevated just to be seen, you're elevated to lead. His favor will open doors to rooms where your voice can redirect destinies. It will position you where your character will spark transformation. So when the wave of favor arrives, don't just rejoice in it, steward it, manage it with wisdom, because divine favor carries divine responsibility. Soon, many of you will witness what it means when God restores lost time. You'll accomplish in a single year what once took a decade. Doors will open so swiftly you'll barely have time to adjust. Opportunities will multiply faster than you can count. You'll ask, where was all this before? And God will softly reply, I was waiting until you were ready. His timing is flawless. It's never delayed. It's deliberate. He's been developing endurance through your patience, wisdom through your waiting, and humility through your hunger. Now that your foundation is steady, He can release the flood. Don't be alarmed when change comes suddenly. Sudden favor can feel intense. You'll see people fade away, old patterns break, new beginnings stir. That's how you'll know it's genuine. The wave isn't meant to comfort you. It's meant to carry you into a higher dimension of purpose. Let it move you. Let it stretch you. Don't cling to the shore when God calls you into the deep. The deep is where miracles unfold, where faith becomes sight, where control ends and trust begins. And that's exactly where His favor is taking you, not into ease, but into destiny. It's grander than your plans, higher than your imagination, and stronger than what you thought you could endure. But God wouldn't send it if you weren't prepared. You've been refined by fire, shaped by trials, and anchored by faith. You are ready. When His favor strikes, even your enemies will have to recognize it. They won't understand how you made it, but they'll see that a divine hand is upon you. They'll see you walking through storms untouched, rising from ashes with joy, standing in peace while others tremble. That's a favor. It's not loud, but it's undeniable. It's not boastful, yet it's visible. It's the kind of grace that speaks when your words run out. And don't think for a moment that you've been forgotten. God's memory is perfect. He hasn't missed a single prayer or overlooked a single act of faith. Every tear you've cried in secret was seen and stored, and now He's responding in a way that will bring clarity to every hardship. You're about to understand why you had to wait, why some people had to walk away, and why certain doors had to remain closed, because what's next is divinely timed and it's finally here. Every piece is about to come together. Every unanswered question is on the verge of being revealed, because when God's favor arrives, it brings understanding to everything. The wave that's approaching you isn't just about blessings, it's about complete restoration. What was stolen will be returned, what was shattered will be rebuilt, and what was delayed will be fast-tracked. You won't simply recover, you'll overflow. God never restores you to where you were. He restores you beyond it. He gives double for every loss, beauty for ashes, and strength for every season that drains you. The drought is over. The rain is coming, and when it falls, it won't sprinkle, it will pour without restraint. You've been steadfast in the small things. You've faced misunderstanding and mockery. You've kept your heart pure when bitterness tried to take root. And now God says, you've passed the test. Prepare for the flood. You're not entering a season, you're entering not small blessings scattered here and there, but a flood that redefines your entire existence. You won't just walk through open doors, you'll become the door through which others find light. You'll stand as living proof that God remembers, restores, and rewards those who remain faithful. Lift your eyes, the horizon is shifting, the wind is turning, and the waters are rising. You might feel the pull, the pressure, the stretching, but that's the signal. That's how you know the wave is near. Stand firm in your trust. The same God who commanded light to pierce the darkness is about to speak abundance over your life. And when He speaks, the floodgates swing wide. Don't overthink how it will happen. Favor doesn't follow logic, it follows alignment. When your heart is surrendered, your motives pure, and your spirit steady, nothing can hinder the overflow. It's not your task to figure it out, it's your task to stay ready. God isn't asking for your plan. He's asking for your faith, because faith is what summons favor. Faith is what pulls the unseen into sight. And when it comes, you'll know, you'll feel it in the atmosphere around you. See it in how situations start shifting. Notice peace replacing pressure. And sense your spirit recognize the breakthrough before your eyes ever see it. That's the confirmation the wave has already begun to move. The time for fear has ended, and the season of doubt is gone. God's favor is not a possibility, it's a promise etched into your destiny. You've endured too much to miss this divine moment. The wave is already rising, the ground is stirring beneath you, and heaven is aligning on your behalf. Soon everything that once opposed you will be placed beneath your feet. God isn't just about to change your circumstances. He's about to elevate your position. What once drained you will now drive you. What once crushed you will now crown you. because the favor that's coming is not subtle, it's a tsunami. Be ready. Stay faithful. Lift your heart in gratitude. When this wave strikes, it won't just transform your life, it will testify to the world that when God chooses to favor someone, no power in heaven or on earth can stand against it. When God moves, He moves with precision. Nothing He does is random, and nothing He allows is wasted. Every delay, every setback, every silent season you faced was not an accident, it was divine preparation. God wasn't withholding from you. He was aligning everything for the perfect release of His favor at the appointed time. Had He blessed you earlier, you might have settled for something smaller. But because you waited, because you believed when there was no proof, because you stayed grounded when everything was shaking, now His wave of favor won't just touch your life, it will display His glory through you. God's favor doesn't come to inflate pride, it comes to reveal His greatness. The wave about to crash into your life isn't just about elevation, it's about divine purpose. He's not blessing you so you can boast. He's blessing you so the world can witness what surrender produces. He's proving that those who walk quietly with Him will one day rise loudly for Him. Those who trusted Him in the shadows will one day shine so brightly that even the doubters will have to recognize His hand. And make no mistake, when God's favor arrives, it doesn't whisper, it roars with authority. It overturns what man built and restores what was torn down. It redirects your path so suddenly that even you will marvel at how fast things shifted. That's the way God works. He humbles the proud, amazes the wise, and exalts the steadfast. There will be moments in your journey when it feels like everything has been stripped away, when all you see is loss, but that loss is never the conclusion. It's the clearing before construction. God removes before He rebuilds. He prunes before He prospers. He cuts away what cannot endure the weight of His next blessing. So if you've lost something precious, take courage. It's a sign that new life is forming. The same God who allowed the season of lack has already prepared the season of overflow. The same God who tested your faith is now prepared to reward it. The waiting was never punishment, it was protection. God has been ensuring that when His favor arrives, nothing and no one will be able to sabotage it. Listen closely, the sound of the wave is near. You can never outrun the favor of God. When He determines to bless you, He will find you no matter where you are. Even in the wilderness, He will locate you. Even when you think you've missed your moment, He will bring it full circle again, because His plans are not confined by time, they are eternal. You may believe you're behind, but in God's timing, you're exactly on track. Every setback, every closed door, every rejection was steering you toward this divine yes. When the wave of favor arrives, you'll realize the struggle was never wasted. The pain had purpose. The waiting built endurance, and the heartbreak cultivated humility, all working together to prepare you for the abundance that's now approaching. God's favor doesn't rest on the untested. It rests on those who've been refined. The fire you endured wasn't meant to destroy you. It was designed to strengthen you. It burned away dependence on others, fear of failure, and attachment to outcome. It purified your faith until it became unshakable. And now that your faith is pure, the blessing can flow freely and without interruption. Some of you are standing in the stillness before the storm of favor. You can sense something shifting, though you can't yet see it. Don't mistake that calm for emptiness. It's divine alignment. God is arranging everything in perfect order. He's preparing conversations you haven't had yet, setting up opportunities that haven't surfaced, and aligning hearts that will open doors on your behalf. When His wave of favor breaks over your life, it won't be by luck, it will be divine orchestration. You'll know it's from God because it will fit together so perfectly it defies explanation. You'll find yourself walking into places you never imagined, meeting people who were destined to help you, and receiving answers that match your prayers with uncanny precision, then you'll see it clearly. It was never coincidence. It was divine design. The wave isn't coming to surprise you. It's coming to fulfill what God has already spoken. But remember this truth: favor carries responsibility. It's not given to waste. It's entrusted to the steward. When God elevates you, lift others. When He blesses you, become a blessing. When He opens a door, hold it open for someone else. That's how you keep the flow alive. Favor that is shared multiplies. Favor that is hoarded withers. God's favor isn't meant to make you comfortable. It's meant to make you capable of serving, healing, giving, and transforming lives. You are not just the receiver of His favor. You are the vessel through which it flows. The world defines favor as luck or influence, but divine favor transcends human reasoning. It rests on those whose hearts are aligned with God's will, those who pray in secret, forgive in pain, and remain kind when others turn cold. It flows to those who resist bitterness and keep walking in integrity even when unseen. When you live that way, you draw God's attention and create an atmosphere that welcomes the flood. And let me remind you, when God chooses to favor you, He doesn't need anyone's approval. You won't have to justify what He's doing. Some will question, others will criticize, but none will be able to deny it. God's favor speaks louder than accusation. It silences doubt and lifts you beyond the reach of envy. Those who once tried to stop you will soon witness your rising, not because you fought them, but because God's favor has made you untouchable. A moment is coming when you'll look back and say, now I see it clearly. Every sleepless night, every tear, every setback, it all had purpose. Because favor isn't just about receiving, it's about awakening. It opens your eyes to realize that even in the darkness, God was working behind the scenes, guiding you, refining you, and preparing you for this very season. Nothing was wasted. Nothing happened by accident. Every struggle, every detour, every closed door was leading you closer to this flood of divine grace. So get ready, prepare your spirit, your thoughts, your surroundings. Clear out the clutter, both physical and emotional. The wave is approaching, and it's not coming to a heart filled with noise. It's coming to a heart that has surrendered. Let go of what you can't control. Release what no longer serves your peace. Forgive those who wounded you. Remove bitterness from your language, because God cannot pour favor into a vessel already filled with resentment. His blessing needs space to flow. And when it flows, it won't just elevate you, it will transform you from the inside out. You'll think differently, walk differently, speak differently. You'll stop chasing approval because you'll walk in divine confidence. You'll stop fearing loss because you'll live in overflow. You'll stop doubting your worth because you'll stand in authority. That's the power of favor. It changes your posture. It reminds you that your value was never determined by human approval, but by divine creation. The wave that's coming isn't a gentle ripple, it's a divine takeover. It will lift you from places you thought were permanent. It will shift your surroundings, expand your influence, and multiply your opportunities. God isn't sending tiny ripples. He's sending a flood, because what He's about to do through you won't be silent or hidden. It will be seen, it will be felt, and it will ignite faith in those who witness it. That's the purpose of this wave. It's not just to bless you, but to awaken faith in everyone watching your life. You might say, I don't deserve this kind of favor. None of us do, and that's what makes it favor. It's not earned, it's given. It's not about perfection, it's about surrender. God isn't searching for flawless people, He's searching for willing ones. The moment you release control and say, God, have your way, you give Him permission to pour out His best, and when He does, you'll see He always had more planned than you imagined. This isn't the time to quit, it's the time to stand firm with expectation. You've prayed through the nights, you've sowed through your tears, you've endured storms and stayed faithful, and now the current is shifting in your favor. The wave has been building quietly, and soon it will break suddenly. That's how God moves, silent in preparation, thunderous in revelation. You won't have to chase it, it will carry you. You won't have to force it, it will find you. Just remain positioned, humble, ready, and expectant, and when it comes, receive it fully. Don't question it. Don't shrink back. Embrace it with gratitude and walk in it boldly. Because this isn't just a temporary blessing, it's a divine transformation. God is rewriting your story, renewing your strength, and changing your entire atmosphere. He's overflowing your life with everything you prayed for and even the blessings you never realized you needed. His favor isn't partial, it's complete. It doesn't just mend one area, it restores them all. So lift your expectations. Speak faith instead of fear. Walk with assurance instead of hesitation. Live as if the favor has already arrived, because in the unseen realm it already has. The waves are rising, the current is shifting, and soon the flood of God's favor will crash over your life so powerfully that you will never be the same again. There comes a point when words no longer suffice, and all that remains is the quiet certainty within your soul that God is near, and that moment is now. You've heard His whisper, felt the stirring deep within, and something inside you knows without doubt that He has not forgotten you. His eyes have been upon you through every storm, every silent prayer, every hidden tear. He's seen you stand when surrender felt easier, witnessed the strength only faith could provide. And now He's whispering to your spirit, be still. The flood is on its way. My favor rests upon you. This is your shift. This is where fear ends and faith begins. No more questioning your worth. No more replaying your failures. No more living small. It's time to step into the deep waters of trust where only God can sustain you. Because the wave of His favor cannot reach a heart still tethered to fear. Release the shore. Let go of control. Lay down every plan, every burden, every anxious thought, and allow His will to carry you into something beyond imagination. God has been preparing you in the silence for this moment of surrender. Every time you thought nothing was moving, He was shaping you in the unseen, building a foundation that no storm could shake. Every trial carved humility into your heart. Every delay stretched your endurance. Every setback deepened your faith. And now that your heart has matured, His wave of favor can finally reach you. But He's not just coming to bless you, He's coming to transform you. He's calling you to think higher, live bolder, and walk with the awareness that His presence is your greatest strength. So make the decision right now in your spirit. No more living half awake, no more treating faith like a backup plan. God isn't inviting you into comfort, He's calling you into conviction. The world may chase noise, success, and applause, but you were created for peace,